Hey guys, Genex Blaze with a deck profile. This is your, I don't know, Monarch build, I guess. I really like Monarch, so I like to make different variations of it. I don't have all the pieces, but I like to have suggestions what I could put in, so if you could leave a comment and let me know what you think and what I can do to improve it. So I'm just going to go through the list first. 2 Lad, Light and Darkness Dragon, 2 Breaker, 2 Cyber Dragons, 2 Genex Undyne, 2 Dandy, 2 Kais, trying to make a third but can't find any, can't get any, 2 Genex Controller, 1 Sangin, 1 Ryza, trying to get 2 more, 3 Treeborn, and 3 Rykos, a Charge of Light Brigade, Dark Hole, Pot of Everrise, Enemy Controller, 2 Soul Exchange, 3 Book of Moon, Giant Trinade, Monster Reborn, Torrential Tribute, Trap Stun, Bottomless, I want to get a second one, Forced Back, Threatening Roar, and 2 Compulse. The point of the deck I always like to do is field control with the Monarch build. I want to get a third one, a third Caius, 2 Ryza, so you know when I get all the pieces for it, I'll have 6 cards that basically pop card. I know he removes, but he pops basically. 3 remove, 3 pop, 2 return top of the deck, and 2 that negate. So this deck could be, I guess, it could match up in locals perhaps, maybe not, but I really like the build for now. I chose Undyne instead of the Swap Frog deal. Normal summon him, search out and retrieve a Genex controller, and you have to mill a water type monster from the deck to the graveyard. And you know, Treeborn. From then on, when the turn comes around, you know, you could bring out a Monarch, or better yet, you know, Soul Exchange, and you get Lad out. I liked using Breaker because people are running obviously Solemn Warnings, and you know, it's like, do you chain? Like, you know, do you want to warning him? I mean, it makes your opponent, like, your main cards are the Monarchs and Lad. So if they waste their warnings on him, it's really good. And plus, people like just compile their back row, and he could just, you know, pop him. Caius removes, Dandelion. I know I'm jumping, but whatever. Dandelion, pretty much tribute fodder. Same thing with Cyber Dragon. I think 3 is too much because I managed to get Treeborn in the Frog. Treeborn Frog in the graveyard quite quickly. By Undyne, or better yet, by Rykos. And Charge Light Brigade speeds up my search, and I think it's better than using the super nimble hamster, because the 3 is a bit much. I could pretty much the first 2 or 3 turns, I'll probably have at least 1 Rykos in my hand. So Charge is better. For obvious reasons, the Monarchs. The main Monarchs are basically Shadow and Storm Monarch. I forgot his name. Delge? I don't know. They're coming out with a newer one. He's like Karaz, but different. Sangin. I mean, there's 6. I don't know. It's like about 9. 3. No, like over 10 targets for Sangin. So I think Sangin pretty much works well. So I think this. I'm not gonna say it's a solid deck. I'm gonna say it's kind of average. So that's the monsters and reasons why I use them. It's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. I already told you why I would use that. Dark Hole, staple. Reloading the Monarchs, or better yet, Lad. I think Monarch builds should automatically use Enemy Controller. Tribute their Frog. then snatch a monster, then use their Monarch, or if you have more than, if your opponent has 2 monsters, sack a Treeborn for theirs, Soul Exchange for Lad. Really, you can combo up with enemy controller. Book of Moons. People always use Trap Stun now. So my answer to that is Econ, and Book of Moon. Even with Giant Trunade. That too. Chain. And then Monster Reborn's a staple. Torrential Tribute. It's a staple. Trap Stun, I use it myself. It just really allows me to get my plays out without any trouble. Like, you know, Trap Stun, flip up my Raikou, pop a backfield, sack it for Caius, and then hit a monster. I mean, I don't like back row, because now back row, you have a lot of, you know, back row support now because of Heavy Storm ban, but still, you get answer to that. Giant Trunade, there's 2 MSTs. I don't like using 2 MSTs, because, I think everyone else does this, but I do a little research, and I look up other teams on YouTube who, also have, text and whatnot. Team, DKF, or something. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, your team name wrong, but I'll look up your stuff, and you guys inspire me a lot. I really like your decks. But anyway, they explain how you don't need 2 MSTs because you're just gonna be blindly hitting the back row, and people are gonna like put down 3, 4 even back row. You're just gonna blindly aim for a trap, hoping it's a good one. There's no need for that if you run a Trunade and Trap Stun and Cold Wave. I don't run a Cold Wave because it's only good for my turn. When their turn comes up, what happened was I did deck test. I was live fighting, doing Lightsworn. I did Cold Wave, did my move. They brought a JD. I couldn't do anything about that. So I think Giant Trunade is better. You can set it again, set your cards back down, so on and so forth. So I think what Team DKF said was it's really reasonable. So I don't run 2 MSTs because, as you can see, I already have, like, you know, stuff I already need. So, you know, because of that, I have more slots for something more useful. Force Back. I really like this card. It slows down gadgets if they don't, you know, MST this, Giant Trunade or Cold Wave you. It slows down gadgets because they need to be normal summoned. So Gear Frame as well. Even Black Wings with the Black Whirlwind and everything. Since that's limited to 1, you can use this. You know, they need a normal summon, then they usually get out Bora, Gale. But, you know, if you take out that 1 monster that was normal summoned, you know, it's an open field. Good for a very first turn, and they open their back row. I like this card a lot. The only bad thing is you cannot negate special summons. But, you know, it's a price to pay. But other than that, I really like that card. Threatening Roar, I lack defense in a way, because I have a lot of low monsters, but a lot of big monsters. But the low monsters do a lot of work. They do stuff to help the deck. I mean, I sync with Genex controller. Oops. Sorry, guys. Wow, epic fail. Yeah, I know. This is like the 3rd take or something. So I'm not going to edit that. Lazy. Genex controller. I have a lot of level 3s. So, with Treeborn Frog, I could get a level 7. I could just blow up the field with Black Rose. I could get Goyo. With Undyne, I could get out Delorean out, and that card just wrecks the field. I mean, sure, return some of your cards, but he gains like 500 for each card, so that's really badass. So I think it's really good that the syncing support really helps in the deck. So wow, I can't believe I just dropped that camera, little iPod. Anyway, yeah, that's my build. So I know it's not complete. You know, you shouldn't show a deck profile unless it's done. But I like to show a deck profile and then have people help me out with suggestions and what they think. Like, I bought up my Machina build, it wasn't done yet, and people recommended this and that. That's kind of what I'm looking for. You know, kind of busy with school, work, and like I don't have time to deck test with friends as much as I would like to, or go to locals. But any suggestions, let me know. And no, I'm sorry, none of this is for trade. When I showed my Monarch build, people were trying to get my Raikos, like, no. And my Monarchs, like, it's not for trade. I really want to get this deck finished, actually, and use it. So, yeah. I like Gundams, so Gundam Wing is my favorite one. You can have your own opinion. I don't care if you don't like Gundam Wing, but yeah, this is my Monarch build. Yeah, any suggestions? Let me know. This is Genex, please. Later, guys.